Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Real Hair Revelations for tonight. This is your winter hair care game plan. I want you to put your game faces on. I want you to get ready, and I want you to get into this. I'm going to give you a few seconds to go get a pen, go get some paper, because you are going to want to write this stuff down, okay? While you guys are going to get your pens and your paper and all that stuff, let me just kind of give you some reasoning why you need a game plan for winter. Old man winter is not your friend. He's not your friend. Not when it comes to your hair, okay? Old man winter does not want your hair to be great. He wants you to suffer. He wants you to be tripping and wondering why your hair's not thriving and growing and doing all the great things that it was probably doing in the summer and the spring and maybe even the fall, but it's not doing it in the winter. He's not your friend. Everything about the winter, although I can't even front, I love the snow. I know it's an anomaly. I love the snow mostly because I have a son, and I didn't really like snow so much before I had a child, but now that I have a son, I really enjoy seeing his joy for when winter comes. And so he just loves snow. He loves getting out there doing snow angels and building snowmen. Hey everybody, building snowmen and all that sort of stuff. And so I didn't really have a great appreciation for snow until I had a child. But when it comes to my hair, I know that old man winter is he's not here for me. He's not my friend. He's not trying to help me out at all. And I'm going to tell you what to do to battle old man winter, because it is you against him, and I want you to win. So hopefully by now you had time to go and get your pens and your paper. And if you are just joining and you missed what I said a few seconds ago, go get your pen, go get your paper, because we're going to create a game plan for your hair. And I'm really, really excited about this topic. I was actually going to do a webinar on this. I don't know if you guys remember, maybe a couple months ago, I had mentioned, hey, would you join if I did a webinar on winter hair care? You guys were like, yeah, totally. You know, I would love to do that. And honestly, I just haven't had time. I mean, I have it done. I have it ready to go. I just haven't had time to schedule it and set it up and promote it and all that stuff. And I was like, you know what? Let's just do it for Real Hair Revelations. We all gonna be together anyway. Let's just make it happen. So, the reason why, yes, dry skin is a thing in the winter as well. Yeah. Let me tell you why your hair is drier in the winter. So, in the wintertime, we curlies often find that our hair, it seems like everything that we did in the spring and the summer and maybe even the fall, like it doesn't seem to work in the winter, right? And it seems like everyone that I know who talks about their challenges with their hair in the wintertime, they always say, my hair seems like it all breaks off in the winter, or my hair is not as the curls aren't as pop-in, or they're not as curly as they are in other times of the year. And I'm gonna tell you why all that happens. In the summertime, in the spring, and parts of the fall, you have, depending on where you live at in the world, essentially, but if you are here in the United States, I can pretty confidently say, in the summer, the spring, and the fall, parts of the fall, let me be clear about that, parts of the fall, not all of the fall, we have humidity in the air. Right? And what is humidity? Humidity is essentially moisture that is naturally occurring. And if you have dry hair, which if you're watching this video, you more than likely do, if you have dry hair, naturally, that humidity is actually helping to keep your hair moisturized. So if you're moisturizing your hair like twice a day, I'm sorry, not twice a day, twice every, rewind. If you are moisturizing your hair every day or every other day, right, it's not going to get as dry as it will in the wintertime, and your hair is not going to suck up that moisture as quickly as it will in the wintertime, because you have the humidity from just the earth, from the sun, helping your hair along the way. However, in the latter parts of the autumn season and the majority of actually all of the winter, you don't have that humidity. There is little to zero humidity in the air at all, right? And so there's nothing to help your hair along the way. And so again, for those of you who are saying my skin is drier in the winter, this is the same reason, because you have none of that extra humidity helping you along in your journey. And so for that reason, it causes all sorts of issues. So if you're trying to do the same things in the winter that you do in the spring, the summer, and parts of the fall, you will probably find that you're not getting the results from your hair that you are used to, just because of the nature of the planet and how things work with the environment. So this is why I tell you, Old Man Winter's not your friend. He doesn't want your hair to be great, but I want your hair to be great. And so we are going to get this game plan in place to make sure that you can battle him, all right, with your game face on and all that. You're going to battle him so that you can win, okay? Yes, people are saying dry everything in the winter, hair, skin, lips, everything. Yes, exactly. It's the same thing. You guys already know, I'm always talking about moisture, 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 moisture. But guess what? In the wintertime, you need even more moisture. So what I want you to do, point 1 in your game plan, write this down, ladies. I want you to double up on your moisture. So if you are used to moisturizing your hair every other day, I want you to start moisturizing your hair every day. If you are used to moisturizing your hair every day, keep moisturizing your hair every day. But it may not be a bad idea to moisturize your hair twice a day. And that may sound like a lot, but honestly, moisturizing your hair should literally take you all of like 30 seconds. It should not take a long, it shouldn't be a long drawn out process. If you've been here in the group for any length of time, you've seen me talk about how to moisturize your hair quickly and effectively. It is not about how much moisture you put on your hair at one time. It is, however, about how often you moisturize your hair. The analogy that, excuse me, the analogy that I always give is, assume you are embarking on a workout plan. You have two options. You can either go to the gym every day for 5 days for an hour, right? Or you can go to the gym for 1 day for 5 hours, right? Essentially, that's the same amount of time, right? 1 day for 5 hours is 5 hours. 5 days a week for 1 hour is also 5 hours. But we all know that you're going to get better results from the 1 day, from the 5 days a week for 1 hour, right? You guys follow me? You're going to get better results from that because you're being consistent, right? So again, with your hair, it's not about you piling on a ton of moisturizer at one time and then just like chilling for the rest of the week. It's about how often you are moisturizing your hair. So again, it should not take you a long time to moisturize your hair. You don't need a ton of products. You need just as much as you guys see me always show, like literally just enough to go on the palms of your hand and for you to kind of just graze the ends of your hair and be done with it. It should take you 15 to 30 seconds to get that done. At most, it should take you a whole minute. It shouldn't take you any more than 60 seconds to get that done, no matter how long your hair is, okay? So again, first thing we're gonna do is we're going to double up on moisture. Always make sure, and I've said this so many times, I know you guys who are veterans here in the Naturalicious Nation, I know you've heard me say this before, but even the people who are new, I want you guys to remember, when you are looking for a moisturizer, any old moisturizer will not do. You need to make sure that your moisturizer has water as the first ingredient. Again, remember what I just said. The reason that your hair does better and has less breakage and less shedding and less split ends and all those sorts of things in the spring and the summer and parts of the fall is because there's humidity in the air to help your hair along. Humidity is essentially water, moisture in the air, right? So when it comes to your moisturizer, you want to make sure your moisturizer has water as the first ingredient. Not one of the first ingredients, not the second, not the third, not the fifth. It needs to be the first ingredient in your hair product, okay? Second thing, when it comes to your moisturizer, you always want to make sure that you have 0 mineral oil in your moisturizer. Mineral oil is not a real oil in the sense of what we're thinking in terms of olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, almond oil, that sort of stuff. Mineral oil is a byproduct of when they distill gasoline from crude oil. So when they separate those two things, what's left over is mineral oil. And it is actually detrimental to people who have naturally dry hair like you and I, okay? If you have naturally dry hair, mineral oil actually works as a moisture blocker. So it blocks any sort of moisture trying to get to your hair. And it will initially make your hair look like it's shiny, and it may even feel kind of slick because think about crude oil. Gasoline you put into your car is slick, it's slippery, right? Excuse me. But once that initial slipperiness wears off, you're going to find that your hair is bone dry. And the last thing you need is something that's going to dry your hair more, all right? So those are two things. Stay away from mineral oil. Mineral oil can also be hidden as paraffinium liquidum. That's Parafinum. Liquidum is Liquidum. Okay? Those two things, water is the first ingredient, and no mineral oil / paraffinium liquidum is what you need to look for in a moisturizer. And you're going to double up on your moisturizing. And I need you to do this every day. Do not slip, because again, it is you against Old Man Winter. He don't want you to win. I want you to win. Okay, so double up on your moisturizing. If you are a user of Naturalicious, you probably already know this, but our Moisture Infusion Styling Cream, which is step 2 in our line, has no mineral oil in it, and it does have water as the first ingredient. But again, there are lots of great moisturizers on the market. Naturalicious happens to be one of them. If you choose to use a different product, that's up to you, but just make sure that the ingredients are up to par. All right, let's move on to point number 2. Point number 2, and I'm sorry, again, I have my notes because I don't want to forget anything. I want to make sure you guys have everything you need. The next thing is I want you to increase your hot oil treatments. A lot of you already are not doing hot oil treatments. I'm not sure why, but hot oil treatments are super great friend. Erica said, I moisturize twice a day already with step 2. Should I double up to 4 times? Erica, if you're already doing twice a day, you're good. You don't need to do 4 times. That's a good question. Yes, 2 times maximum a day is probably enough. Once in the morning, once at night, you should be good. Okay. No need to go on your lunch break at work and try to fit in a moisturizing session. Okay. All right. So increase your hot oil treatments. All right. If you're not doing hot oil treatments, I need you to start doing hot oil treatments. If you are already doing hot oil treatments, I need you to continue to do hot oil treatments. You should be doing hot oil treatments on your hair at least once a month. If you have time, it would behoove you to do it every time you wash your hair, which ideally is going to be every 7 to 10 days, right? Every 7 to 10 days. You should not be going a whole, month of not washing your hair. I know several people who do that. Don't do that. Don't do that to your scalp. Don't do that to your hair. I know for some reason people think that washing their hair actually dries their hair out. That's completely false. It's definitely more than likely the product that you're using that's drying your hair out. The product you're using to wash your hair, not the water itself from the washing. So you just need to make sure you're using a product that has great ingredients in it. And I've talked about ingredients extensively in here. You can always search the videos to find those videos. And I need you to, at most, do hot oil treatments every time you wash your hair. At least once a month, however. All right? When you do a hot oil treatment, you're going to take a bottle. If you're using the Naturalicious products, this is our hot oil treatment. It's step 3. You're going to take the bottle of oil. Do not heat up the bottle of oil because it will burn you. Okay? Don't do that. So instead, you're going to take a cup of water and warm that cup of water up. Just put it in the microwave, let the microwave do its thing. Then you're going to stick the bottle into the water and let the water heat up the oil. Okay? Once the oil is warm, you're then going to put it onto your hair after you've washed your hair already. Okay? This is after you've washed your hair. You're going to put the oil directly onto your hair. Make sure you coat it really nicely, okay? And as a bonus, you can also separate your hair, like part it and put it directly on your scalp, right? That's not necessarily necessary, but it's a really good thing to do, right? So at the minimum, you need to be focusing on your ends, but if you are really trying to like really do this thing, put it on your scalp also. All right? Now, you can even do a better hot oil treatment by adding a deep conditioner onto that. All right. So let me kind of backtrack a little bit. You can do a deep conditioner using step 1, which is right here. This is the medium to loose curls and waves version, but I use the purple version, which is for tight curls and coils. You can use this product as your deep conditioner. After you wash your hair, put it back on your hair, put it on, coat all your hair with it, and then, so that's a deep conditioner. Then you're going to do the hot oil treatment like I just mentioned, right, with step 3. Put that on top of the step 1. So now you're doing a deep conditioning and a hot oil treatment at the exact same time. So you're doing like a double whammy 1-2 punch, like Mike Tyson knockout to Old Man Winter and his shenanigans if you do this. Once you do that, you're then going to take a plastic shower cap and just have it chill on your head. If you don't have a shower cap at home, no worries. Just get a plastic grocery bag and tie it around your head like I do when I'm out of shower caps, okay? You do not want to get a regular shower cap that's like a fabric shower cap, because you got to remember the clay treatment is a clay, and clay's dry. So you want to make sure to keep this moisturized. And in order to do that, you're going to need plastic. So use a plastic shower cap or a plastic grocery bag, put it on top of your hair, and just chill out for about 30 minutes. Once that's done, rinse it out. One, you will find that your curls will be so on point. You will be so happy. And I know that people who are in this group who do this, what I just suggested, they love the results that they get. So I highly, highly, highly recommend it. But in addition to your curls just looking great, you are actually going to be strengthening your hair. Remember, old man winter is going to cause a lot of breakage. It's going to cause some shedding, some split ends that you don't want. You want to strengthen your hair as much as you can. And this is one of the great ways to do it, especially if you're already using Naturalicious products. You already have the products at home anyway, so why not use them? If you don't have Naturalicious products, you can do the same process just with whatever it is that you're using. So find yourself a deep conditioner that you like, find yourself a hot oil treatment that you like, and do the same thing that I just mentioned, okay? So that is point number 2. So far we have double up on moisture, and 2, to increase your hot oil treatments. The next thing, and this is the most important one I feel, is you don't want to engage in what I call the winter womp womp. The winter womp womp is when we do all the right things to our hair. We're moisturizing, we're doing hot oil treatments, we're doing some of the other things I'm going to mention that I haven't told you guys about yet, but we are still going outside in the cold with coats and hats and scarves that are made from wool, polyester, and cotton. All right, so it's the womp womp. It's the whoop de whoop, right? Like, you're doing all the right things, and then you're still not getting the right results, because when you go outside and your hair is touching, the ends of your hair is touching those cotton coats and scarves, and those, oh my gosh, wool is the worst. The wool scarves, or even the polyester, is sucking the moisture out of your hair. So the theme is like super increasing your moisture, but then you're super decreasing the moisture, because your materials from your clothes are sucking the moisture out. Okay, and so you're basically being counterproductive to everything that you're trying to do. If you've seen the video that I made in here a little while ago about pillowcases, I did a whole video about why you need to use satin and silk pillowcases as opposed to cotton and polyester pillowcases. The same theory applies. And if you missed that video, you're going to want to search the video section here in the group, and you will find that video. And I go into it very extensively as to why certain materials are detrimental to your hair versus other materials. But the same concept applies. You do not want to be walking outside and have, how long are we outside? We may be outside for, I don't know, if you're running errands, all together, you may be out there for a couple hours at any given time. And so your hair is constantly touching that. Now, the other thing is that when you wear hats, right? Hats are the worst, because you put on your hat and all of your hair is covered up by that hat. So it's like your ends are affected, your roots are affected, the center of your hair, so everything's affected. Now, what I'm not going to do is tell you to wear a satin coat or get a satin hat, because it would be cold and that would be ridiculous, right? So I'm not going to tell you to do that. But what I will tell you to do is to make sure that when you do wear your coats, go ahead and wear your wool coat, go ahead and wear your cotton coat or whatever it is, whatever it's made out of. Make sure you buy a satin scarf or a silk scarf to go around the neck. You can find some really cute ones online. You can find some really cute ones also at the Goodwill or, any sort of secondhand or thrift shop or what have you. Just make it, hook it up, make it, how we do, we find ways to make things look really cute. So, make it match your outfit, do your thing, but you want to make sure that you have that around the collar. So when your hair is down and it touches that material, it touches your shoulders or it touches your back or wherever, right? It's touching the silk and the satin, which are moisture retaining fabrics. Whereas, polyester, wool, and cotton are moisture leaching fabrics, okay? Same thing for your hat. If you go on Etsy.com, you can find satin lined hats. If you just Google satin lined hats, you will find several, or even silk lined hats, which would be even better. You will find several companies that make hats winter hats and even fashion hats that have satin and silk lining on the inside. So when you put it on top of your hair is not affected and it's not going to be breaking and split and all that sort of stuff. Because you're just trying to stay warm. Okay. So that's the third thing. Don't fall for the winter womp womp. Make sure that you have satin and or silk linings anywhere that your hair is going to touch, whether that's a hat, whether that is a scarf around your coat or what have you. Okay. Cynthia's asking, what's a good oil to use for hot oil treatment? I recommend the Naturalicious Divine Shine Moisture Lock and Frizz Fighter. It is step 3 in our line. It is a combination of almond oil, olive oil, and safflower oil. And those are 3 oils that are chosen for a very specific reason. So for instance, the almond oil, the sweet almond oil that we use is actually the same almond regrowth oil that we use in our almond regrowth oil, which is a standalone product, but we use that. So we use that oil in this product for growth. So it assists with growth. Yeah, it assists. I can't even say it assists with growth. The second ingredient is olive oil. As most of us know, olive oil is a very fatty oil, which means it's going to get into your hair. It's going to plump up your follicles and really help to give your hair that volume and that shine that it needs. It's a very thick oil. You guys know olive oil. Olive oil is thick, right? So it's very thick oil. It's very fatty oil, which is great for your hair. Fatty oils are fantastic for your hair. Fantastic. Avocado oil is another really great fatty oil. You'll actually find avocado oil in our step 1, which is our I don't know what I'm trying to thought. Step 1 is our Moroccan Rasul 5-in-1 clay treatment. Okay. And then we also use safflower oil. Now, safflower oil is a very light oil, so it helps to balance out the thickness from the olive oil so that your hair doesn't feel or appear greasy or anything like that. And it's also just really, really great for hot oil treatments as well. So it's a blend. It's a blend of oils that we choose. Tracy wants to know if I can send a link to where you can buy the hats I just mentioned. I don't have a link. You can just Google satin lined hats and you'll find several. Like there are several companies that do this, and you'll just find them online. So just feel free to hit up Mama Google and she will tell you everything you need to know. Also there's, different companies have different prices. So some may be more expensive than others. So just hit up Google and you'll find everything that you need there. All right. Yay, Tanisha, I'm so glad you got your order today. Let me know how it goes. I'm excited. All right. So point number 4. All right. So we're on, you guys paying attention, right? We're on 3. Now we're on 4. To increase your water intake. Now, I know most of y'all are not drinking the water that you're supposed to be drinking. But I'm going to need you to reel it in and just get it done. Okay? I need you to drink your water. At least 8 cups of water a day. And I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. I'm going to tell you what I do to get my 8 cups of water in a day. I take 2 of the larger sized smart water bottles. They are 4 cups a piece. And I just drink it. I drink it throughout the day. And I'm usually just guzzling on it. And I don't even realize that I've gotten through a whole one, and it'll be like noon. And I'm like, oh, I still have several hours to go. And then I'll just fill it up again, and then I'll drink the rest of it. And I'm usually done with my water by like 3 o'clock. So, because I'm just drinking it as I go along, right? I don't even think about it. I just sit it next to my computer at work, and I just drink and drink and drink. And also, the other way I get it in is that I don't drink anything else, right? So I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't drink pop or soda. I may do hot chocolate or something here and there, but I don't drink milk. I do almond milk, but I make sure that water is my beverage. And so every time I'm drinking something, I'm drinking water. So I am bound to get my water in throughout the day. If you drink water and you drink the water that you're supposed to, the amounts of water that you're supposed to, you'll find that your hair actually bounces back a lot quicker, because again, moisture is the theme, y'all. Moisture from the humidity in the summertime helps your hair to thrive. Water that's in a good moisturizer helps your hair to thrive. Drinking water internally helps your hair and your skin to thrive, right? So if you want to have that great, yes, sweetheart. What? The card. I'm on Revelations right now. You want to say hi? You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
No, you got to come over here. Come on. You gonna be nice?
Yes.
Okay, come on. Say hi to everybody. They want to see you. Come here.
Hi. I'm the candy curator.
Tell me your name.
My name is Kaden.
Here, sit down. Okay.
Oh,
I'm sorry. You okay? Okay. So, tell me your name.
Kaden.
And how old are you, Kaden?
6.
When are you going to be 7?
January 4th.
And what do you do for Naturalicious?
I put the candy in the box for
Yeah.
the customers.
Yeah. And you pick out the candy?
Yeah.
Do you know what candy you're going to pick next time? Have you decided what you want everybody to have next time?
Kisses?
Hershey Kisses?
No, just kisses.
Kisses are Hershey Kisses. It's the same thing.
Hershey Kisses.
Okay. Well, so Kaden tries to pick, Erica said thank you for for her double bubble. So when you picked out the bubble gum.
You're welcome.
All right. Time to go downstairs.
Bye-bye.
Wave. Okay, go.
Finish?
No, don't finish. I'm not done. Go downstairs. I'll help you as soon as I'm done. Go. Huh? Okay, go look at my office and grab one.
You know what? You can grab it.
Okay. Anyway. So, back to the program. What was I saying? Okay, water is the theme of what you guys need. Thank you all for the compliments about him. He loves being the candy curator. So, yes, you guys got a special we had a special appearance by the candy curator today. Anyway, so water's the theme. So if you are drinking water, you're going to find in your internal, everything, you got to remember your skin is porous and everything that goes on inside of you comes out in some sort of way, right? So if you are drinking water, plenty of water, you're going to find that your skin is great. You're going to find that your hair is great. You're going to find all sorts of things are great because our skin and our scalps are elimination points, right? So if it doesn't come out through pee and poop, it's going to come out through your skin usually. So, if you are not drinking adequate amounts of water, you're going to find that you might have some skin issues. And even if you are drinking adequate amount of water but eating crap in your diet, you're probably going to find that you're going to have skin issues. You may even have hair issues. All these things can, you can help a lot of these things along if you drink adequate amounts of water. Now, ideally, you're supposed to be drinking half of your body weight in water. And I'm guilty that I don't do that. But I do drink 8 cups a day. I do get that in. And so I think I need to actually add in like a few more ounces to hit my half a body weight or whatever. But at the very minimum, y'all should be doing 8 cups of water. So in the wintertime, I really need you to do me a favor and get that water in. Because again, the more moisture that you can constantly get to your hair and to your skin, if you want to have great skin, the more water you can get to your hair, whether it's external or internal, you're actually doing even more work when you are drinking the water because it's coming into your body and flushing out into your hair, into your scalp. When you're doing things topically, it's only hitting your hair, which is cool, but you also want to get the internal stuff so it hits your roots as well. So do me a favor, please just promise me that y'all are at least going to try to get in more water, okay? That's the 4th thing. And the 5th thing, and I have known this for a long time, it's like a secret. So if you are in the Real Hair Revolution, if you are in the Naturalicious Nation, y'all are getting like this like super top secret like thing, right? Okay, I'm really excited, but I gotta caveat this. I gotta tell y'all about this. So what you're gonna do, get yourself a humidifier in the wintertime and run it at night, right? While you're sleeping. What that's going to do is put humidity in the air while you're sleeping. The majority of the number one place where you spend any amount of time at once is in bed, right? Now you may be at work for 8 hours a day, but you're getting up, you're going to the bathroom, you're going to your coworker's desk, you're talking to your boss, or if you're the boss, you're talking to your employees. You are going to lunch and all that sort of stuff. You're walking around. You're not always in your cubicle or your office or what have you. However, when you're in bed, you're always in your bedroom. So anywhere from 6 to 9 or 10 hours a night, you are in one spot. So if you can get that humidity to constantly be pouring itself onto your hair through the humidifier at night, you'll find that your hair performs a lot better. Your curls will be more popping. There will be less breakage and split ends and shedding and all that stuff because you're constantly getting this humidity that we can't naturally get from the air in the wintertime. You're going to get it at night. And you can find, humidifiers from any range of prices on Amazon or at your local store, Walmart, Target, what have you, right? But what solidified this for me was I was actually recently reading Jennifer Lewis's book. So you guys know Jennifer Lewis, right? She's like the quote-unquote mother of Black Hollywood. She's on Blackish right now. Everybody knows her. She's like everybody's mama in some movie or TV show, right? I was reading her book. Actually, I was listening to it on Audible, the audiobook. And she was saying that she had met Lena Horne. And Lena Horne, as you guys know, was beautiful. And she looked so young for all of her life. Like even when she started to get, further up in age, she still looked really young for her age. And so Jennifer Lewis says in her book that she actually asked Lena Horne, who apparently adored Jennifer Lewis, asked her, "How do you stay looking so young?" And Lena Horne told her, she's like, moisture, 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 baby. I have moisture around me all the time, and I keep myself around young people. And so she was like, "What do you mean moisture?" So she was, at this time, apparently Jennifer Lewis was younger, like in her 20s or 30s. And so obviously Lena Horne's hanging around her, so she's part of this younger crew that Lena Horne is putting herself around. But she's like, "What do you mean by moisture?" And she said, "I always have a humidifier in my house, always." And she pointed to the humidifier that was running very quietly in the corner, and there was a humidifier. So that's how she stayed looking young all that time. And go on, read further on to the book, and she talks about how, I started to research this, and Lena Horne was saying that she, for 50 years, she had a humidifier on every night. And that's how she stayed looking young. And so I already knew about the humidifier at night for your hair. I hadn't even really thought about it for the skin, but it just solidified that thought for me. Like, this legendary woman had been using this humidifier, and that's how she stayed young. For moisture! We know that moisture is life. Moisture is the source of life, you guys. Like, I thought about this because I'm a nerd, and I think about stuff like this. Like, if you think about anything, almost anything in life, it requires water to live. Right? Like, not everything, of course. There's some animals or whatever, organisms that don't need water, but the majority of them do, right? So, like, if you think about a plant, if you have a plant and it hasn't been watered, it starts to wilt. But if you catch that plant before it actually dies, you can start to see it come back up, right? It requires water to live, right? So do we. Like, we know that we're supposed to have, a good amount of water. Half of our body weight is water. Like, we know we're supposed to have water. So we just need to do it. We just need to drink it. Like, drink it, you get the humidifier, put it on you. Your skin will be amazing. Your hair will be amazing. You're just going to be so fine. Like, you won't even be able to stand yourself because you'll just be so fine. You're already fine, but you'll be even finer, And so anyway, so reading that about Lena Horne just really, I was like, man, like, I've been telling people to buy humidifiers for years. And they be looking at me like, why? But that's it. It is the youth serum. Like, water is the fountain of youth. Water literally is the fountain of youth. So your hair will be great. Your skin will be great. Everything will be great if you have moisture, aka water, around you or in you at all times. Okay? All right, so let's recap because this has been kind of long. So let's recap this real quick. Number one, game plan for fighting old man winter. First, you're going to double up on moisture. You're going to, if you're moisturizing once every other day, you're going to start doing every day. If you're doing it once a day, you're going to do it twice a day. Okay? Double up on moisture. Second thing is you're going to increase your hot oil treatments. I already told you guys how to do that. You can actually see a couple videos for how to do that in this group, in the Naturalicious Nation. Again, click on the video section and you will be able to find it. If you are on desktop, you can just click on videos in the menu. If you are on mobile, you'll need to click on albums and then videos to find all the videos, okay? Third thing is don't fall for the winter womp womp. No cotton, no cotton, no polyester, no wool material should be touching your hair in any capacity. You're going to find yourself a silk or satin hat, scarf, hat to wear over your head, and scarf to wear around the collar of your coat to prevent that from happening to you. Fourth thing is that you're going to increase your water intake. Some of you already aren't drinking water at all, so you're just doing any sort of water is going to be an improvement. But if you're already drinking water like me, I am drinking 8 cups of water a day. I'm actually going to increase that to half my body weight in water starting tomorrow. All right. So I want you guys to do the same thing. And then the fifth thing is get yourself a humidifier. Again, you can find them really cheaply. It's like, you know, I don't know, they're probably like $50 or less. I'm sure you can find some for like 20 bucks. You can probably find some for over $100. So any range of prices, I'm sure you can find them. Those are the 5 things that you are going to do this winter, and that is your game plan for fighting old man winter. And I guarantee you, if you do all of these things come next spring in what, April-ish, May-ish or whatever, I guarantee you that you guys will be reporting to me and you guys will say, my hair was great in the wintertime. I didn't have the breakage that I normally do. I didn't have the shedding. I didn't have any of that stuff. My curls still looked really good all winter. I guarantee it. So I want you guys to please do that for me. And I'll see you guys real soon. Now, I do want to let you guys know there will be no Real Hair Revelations next week because there will be Christmas week, and the week after is actually my son's birthday, so we will be out of town. So for 2 weeks, we will not have Real Hair Revelations. I will miss you guys tremendously. But you guys have a great holiday, and Happy New Year. I will be in the group. I just won't be able to do Real Hair Revelations because I won't have my lights with me to do it. So I will see y'all on the next Real Hair Revelation in 3 weeks. So you guys have a great rest of your night. Happy holidays. Happy New Year to everybody. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Mwah. Bye.